Hello guys, Unorthodox here, also known as Dan Davis, but here we are for another setup video for the Porsche 911 GT3R, and we are at one of my favourite circuits, Oscherslaben, a circuit that I absolutely love and adore, and I thoroughly enjoy racing at this circuit. I don't know why, but it always seems to give me good luck. And I always feel like this is one of my top circuits. There will be another one later on this season, which is also another big favourite of mine, but this is one of them. Obviously, due to the conditions at the time, we were running in cooler conditions, so when I raced this, I actually ran the softs, but in this setup I ran the hards. And also I found that this circuit is very difficult to find any setup for any car, so it's very difficult to kind of get an idea and a baseline of where you needed to be. But I used one of my old setups to get a rough idea of where we needed to be. But yeah, this is a video of the circuit, a lap around here, and obviously the setup. So as you go down the main straight here, you want to make sure you get your braking point spot on, which I use the service road to hit my braking point, and then turn in left on a 90-degree turn, and then straight into a right-hander. And this corner is so difficult to get right. You have to be so slow, so patient. The car wants to kill you the whole way around. You eventually get it going nice and smooth on exit, and then into the hairpin. Kind of a V-shaped kind of entry, so go in tight, let it go a little bit wide, stick to the inside and get a good run on exit. I had a little slide on exit there which slowed me down a little bit, but then into the triple, making sure I drop down a gear. I dropped down 2 gears momentarily and then drop back up another one, and braking into another slow hairpin, going out wide again, coming in tight on exit and make sure I get a good run. Then into the fast chicane. Very easy to mess this up and lose time. Just clip that curb, clip those curbs as well, and just run it a little bit wide there, making sure I get all of the track limits that I possibly can, and then down the back straight, running as much downforce as I possibly could to make sure the car was grippy enough in the corners. And then into the final section, really tricky here. The car wants to slide all over the place, wants to spit you out the corners, but managed to stay within limits. Then into the final sector, running it wide, and then into the final corner, strange corner. Again, you have to be so patient at this track. Make sure you run out nice and wide, get a good exit, good traction, and then towards the finish line to do a lap time of a 1:26.9. I was doing 1:26.9s most of practice sessions that we were up before the night, and when it came to the night I just could not do it. I ended up doing a 27 something, which was still good enough for pole position, but that was one of the trickiest circuits to kind of be consistent on. But I hope that this setup will eventually help people get an idea and a flow of this circuit. But that was a lap of Oscherslaben, eh? And here is the setup for this circuit for Oscherslaben A. Again, like I said, it was very difficult to find any form of setup, any idea of where to start for this circuit, but this is what I ran on the night. I ran softs and wets throughout the evening due to the fact that it was a later part of this early part of winter. So it's been nice cool conditions, really cold track temperatures, and obviously the rain as well, not really benefiting either. So we ran the softs, we ran wets throughout most of the night. Relatively high downforce once again for this circuit. Obviously we needed a high downforce in the slow corners and also the fast corners. So that was pretty helpful for that situation. We had the ducts, braking ducts slightly more open. I'm not sure why, and the brake pressure was a bit higher as well. I felt like the braking ducts were a little bit easier to handle, and were a bit wider, so they weren't overheating because there was much braking. Much change on the suspension wise. I was trying to go for as much grip as I possibly can on the front and on the rear. A few knocks and changes here and there. A lot of negative toe. And quite a stiff anti-roll bar as well. So again, a little bit softer spring rates as well, just to make the car a little bit more settled. Got rid of the dampers, made a few tweaks on the bump stops, a few of the bumps, just to kind of make the car a little bit more settled. But the bump stops were completely gone. As most flat circuits, you really don't need the bump stop. It's more for like the bumpy circuits like Daytona, Long Beach, stuff like that. You really need a bump stop. So kind of got rid of all of that. So that's that kind of settings there. Due to being a time trial, got rid of all the fuel, got rid of the radiator, and once again the radiator always staying about 80% to 100% due to the fact that the Porsche, the way it runs with the engine in the rear, it overheats quite a lot and quite quick. So with a higher radiator opening, it keeps it cooler and keeps it working at a better temperature throughout the race. Engine braking was set to 6, and obviously the ECU is always the same. It's 10% for the traction control and 80% for ABS. And this was the settings for the differential. A few little changes here and there where I made the preload slightly lower, so I didn't have so much power going to the car, so it was a little bit easier to handle throughout corners, and it wasn't trying to kill me in every single corner. But I really hope that this helps. Like I said, very difficult to find the setup for this circuit and for this car as well, so hopefully this will help many people get to grips with the Porsche 911 around Oscherslaben A, and I hope that it will lead you to success. But for me, from now, next video will be set for Algarve, as that's the next round of the championship, of the Simplay Motorsport Championship. So have a look at their channel, like and subscribe, and if you like what you see here as well, then hit that like and subscribe button, hit the bell to be notified for when I am live. Hopefully I'll be back very soon with more videos and more clips for you in the future. But from now, it's goodbye.